I'm Natasha, Busst, and this is Nightline, the top stories. PM exposes major drug cartel operating for over 20 years. And delegates leave MIC's future to party president and Central Working Committee. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has exposed the existence of a major drug cartel that has been smuggling narcotics into Malaysia for the past 2 decades, with no action taken throughout the period. He made it clear that the matter will not be tolerated and has already initiated several measures since taking office. Speaking at a breakfast and media dialogue event in Kota Kinabalu, Anwar questioned how such a large operation could go unaddressed by the authorities, stressing that it was no minor issue. He said the Madani government places top priority on dismantling drug cartels and smuggling syndicates.
Sekarang saya Perdana Menteri. Saya tunggu setahun tak ada report. Saya kata macam mana everybody is talking about. And then containers masuk. You know macam mana? Container pertama, container dadah keluar daripada Port Kelang, tangkap di Australia. Itu saya mengamuk. Saya kata, don't tell me that nothing is happening. It's not kotak jarum. It's container, drug container. I say, I cannot tolerate this anymore.
Anwar explained that following the revelations, he has taken a firm approach, meeting weekly with agency heads for 1-hour sessions to ensure investigations were being pursued. The coordinated approach has begun to show results through aggressive enforcement operations, leading to seizures worth over 15.5 billion ringgit and prosecutions against several individuals. Meanwhile, police are treating the Prime Minister's revelation about the existence of the drug cartel with utmost seriousness. The Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department, NCID, is focusing on continuous monitoring of international drug distribution networks, which uses sea routes and cargo containers as their modus operandi. In a statement on Sunday, Inspector General of Police Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Ismail said that among the notable cases was the seizure of 336 kilograms of heroin by the Australian Border Force ABF in Australia on March 13, 2023. Khalid added that investigations later revealed the drugs had been transported in a container that passed through Port Klang before reaching Australia. The incident subsequently became the basis for strengthening regional intelligence and collaborative operations. This prompted joint investigations between Bukit Aman and the Australian Federal Police, AFP, leading to the formation of the Malaysia-Australia Joint Task Force on November 6th last year. The collaboration has already yielded major hauls, including 33.2 tons of shabu worth over 1 billion ringgit in January and 45 kilograms of the same drug valued at 1.44 million ringgit in November. The Malaysian Indian Congress, MIC, has not made a decision on whether to leave or to remain in Barisan Nasional. Delegates at the party's annual convention held on Sunday agreed to leave the matter to be finalized by the party president and Central Working Committee.
Bila keputusan diambil barulah. Usul dah diberi kepada kita. Mesti mana boleh bergerak sendiri. Kita mesti dengan mana-mana satu gabungan.
The comments were made during a media briefing following MIC's 79th annual convention at the Ideal Convention Centre in Shah Alam. Earlier, a proposal was tabled for MIC to leave BN and join either Perikatan Nasional or another coalition. Previously, Tan Sri Vigneswaran and other MIC leaders had claimed of unfair treatment within BN. Vigneswaran said the party affirmed its continued support for the leadership of Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim.
Yeah, Prime Minister advised and said, you better rethink lah, because you all have been very long with BN, you should rethink, and we said we'll rethink.
BN Chairman Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has previously stated that the coalition is open and would not prevent component parties from leaving, stressing that no party, including MIC, has been treated unfairly. The decision to increase the number of parliamentary seats for Sabah and Sarawak has been adopted as an established policy direction under the unity government. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said the proposal has been agreed to in principle.
Jadi tapi untuk Sabah dan Sarawak saya dah bagi keputusan dan saya maklum kepada Jemaah Menteri dan juga ada tengkuasa tertinggi MPC kita akan tambah. Tidak ada komitmen dari segi 1/3, tapi ada memang peningkatan.
He said legal teams from both states are now working with the Attorney General to iron out the details before implementation can take place. The increase in seats forms part of the ongoing negotiations under the Malaysia Agreement 1963 Committee. Sabah currently holds 25 parliamentary seats, while Sarawak has 31. In an immediate response, Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Seri Haji Noor said the proposed increase in parliamentary seats for Sabah and Sarawak is a move in the right direction given the vast land areas and population growth in both states.
Kawasan kita ini pun bilangan penduduknya sudah bertambah. Contoh Kinabatangan, dia besar macam Pahang. Satu saja di parlimen. Macam Tuaran, kita ada satu parlimen, tapi dia besarnya lebih daripada Perlis. So, ini juga satu keperluan untuk kita tambah kerusi di Sabah dan Sarawak.
The Prime Minister had announced that seat allocations for both East Malaysian states would be increased while speaking at an event in Tawau in September. Commenting on the clash between Pakatan Harapan with allies Gabungan Rakyat Sabah and Barisan Nasional in several seats for the upcoming polls, the Prime Minister said these were merely friendly contests, stressing this was not an extraordinary situation in the Bornean state.
JRFPH ada, BNPH ada. Itu 1-2 friendly fight okey lah. 1-2 okey.
It has been reported that GRS and PH candidates will vie against each other in Kemabung, Bandau and Moyog, while PH will have to contend with BN in Karamunting and also in Kemabung. In a separate program in Tenom, the Prime Minister emphasized that close cooperation between local and national parties is crucial to ensuring Sabah's development continues after the state election. Speaking at a community engagement event under the Harapan Urang Sabah program in Malalap, he noted that Sabah has made significant progress under the joint administration of GRS and Pakatan Harapan.
Kerana kalau tidak ada kerjasama parti nasional dan parti negeri, tak jalan. Jangan sombong. Yang kita tolak, orang jahat. Yang kita tolak, orang yang mau curi uang rakyat. Yang kita tolak, orang yang malas tak kerja.
Also present at the event was PH's Malalap candidate, Datuk Jamawi Jaafar. Sabah UMNO Deputy Chief Datuk Seri Abdul Rahman Dahlan's decision to withdraw from contesting in Tempasok for Barisan Nasional was not due to internal issues within Sabah BN. BN Chairman Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said Rahman made the decision honorably after discussing with him about making room for younger candidates put forward by Sabah UMNO.
Tidak ada langsung. Dia telah bertemu dengan saya dan sebelum itu beliau menelpon saya untuk memohon penarikan diri. 2 hari sudah pun beliau bersama dengan saya dan juga calon di Tuaran.
He was speaking to the media after attending the Carnival Lindung Kerjaya program in Kota Bulut. BN has since named Azwan Norjan as its candidate for Tempaso. Now, Sabah Chief Minister and GRS Chairman Datuk Sri Haji Noor has called on voters to assess the state government's achievements over the past 5 years as they head to the polls on November 29th. He emphasized that GRS has a clear economic development agenda for the people, guided by the Sabah Maju Jaya roadmap.
Di sinilah perjuangan kita yang menekankan kepentingan rakyat, pembangunan ekonomi rakyat, pembelaan kepada rakyat termiskin, bagi kemudahan asas kepada kampung-kampung yang belum lagi mendapat kemudahan, dan juga kita memberi penekanan kepada pendidikan anak-anak kita.
The government has provided monthly aid to over 70,000 recipients, including persons with disabilities and senior citizens. The administration's accomplishments include the construction of 40 units of Rumah Mesra Sabah Maju Jaya this year, with a further 10 units specifically allocated for young newlyweds in each constituency across Sabah. The Chief Minister said this during a gathering with the GRS election machinery for Sulaman at Kampung Lokbate in Tuaran. Moving on, Malaysia has reiterated that the full and effective implementation of the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord must proceed without involving any form of trade cooperation. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said meaningful progress hinges on efforts to deactivate landmines along the Cambodia-Thailand border, which is a key security concern for all parties. In a Facebook post, Anwar said the matter was discussed during his conversations with U.S. President Donald Trump, Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet, and Thai Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul. Anwar added that he continues to appreciate Trump's personal and active commitment in resolving the matter. Tensions have risen again after Bangkok suspended its participation in the agreement earlier this week, following a landmine blast in Sisaket province that injured 4 Thai soldiers. Online gambling is becoming increasingly accessible, and with that convenience comes heightened worries over its potential impact on individuals and communities. The biggest victims, according to experts, are youths who are particularly vulnerable to the habits and tactics used by online gambling operators. Nightline's Muhammad Nadir Asfar has the story.
Technology has made daily life more efficient than ever, but it has also opened the door to various forms of criminal and illegal behavior. One growing concern is the expansion of online gambling, which is now easier to access through internet connectivity and constant exposure. This has been made even more accessible through widespread advertisements on social media platforms, prompting the government and relevant authorities to take action to remove them. Online gambling has also become more alarming, as its easy accessibility has exposed youths to this highly addictive activity. One such individual, who wished to be identified only as Scott, agreed to open up about how he once slipped into the cycle of addiction, which began after watching his peers.
For the first time, I'm just trying for fun, and then when I get a bit win when I'm trying to play that, then I continue play.
He admitted that he struggled to walk away from gambling, drawn in by the allure of winning large sums of money.
I got random jackpot, about 3,000. I just in 20 ringgit, and then I play, and then, I don't know, suddenly got random jackpot.
Scott also voiced concern for today's youth, warning that online gambling sites use many tactics to reel in new players.
I get link from SMS, random SMS, and they say you want to try in some money in the apps, and then I try.
Meanwhile, criminologist Hazrina Begum Abdul Hamid noted that even when the gambling is done online, it carries the same dangers as its traditional forms.
There will be lots of losses if the person loses in the game, incur debts, may also result into getting loans, borrowing money from loan sharks sometimes.
She also said that more needs to be done in terms of legislation in order to address the issue.
There's a lot of loopholes where those provisions are still based on traditional type of gambling. Hence, there's not much of policing that can be done through online gambling unless it falls within the online gambling or the provisions in the Common Gaming House Act.
Meanwhile, members of the public also weigh in.
So as we know, also the chances to win the prize is very low lah, as for my opinion. So I hope that the youth generation, the younger generation, it's better for them to save the money for their future, for their study.
The online gambling is bad for teenagers within this generation because it could make the teenagers stress because of addiction.
The rise of online gambling continues to raise alarm, with concerns that addiction among youths may extend well into adulthood.
They say luck favors the brave, but in online gambling, it punishes the hopeful. Behind every win, there is a vicious cycle that takes more than it gives. Muhammad Nadir Asfar, TV3.
Married couple killed in multiple vehicle crash. The details when we come back.
Ingin nak makan udang karang. Jomlah kita turun menyelam cakap. Susah sukar nak dapat. Melainkan dia turun betul-betul dekat sarang dia dapatlah. Menyelam ni kita usaha. Kita punya kudrat, ilmu, kita gabungkan dan kita mendapat hasil. Jika dia terlalu kecil, kita lepaskan. Kita ambil yang bersesuaian.
Lobster yang didapat ni kalau ditangkap tu pun memang fresh. Dihantar kat saya tu memang masih hidup.
Warga asing berselindung di sebalik prebet sapu.
Honor, he's my friend because he's busy. He give me his car key to bring this one, his uncle.
Ejen pelancongan dalang teksi haram.
Because this help family. No, it's not family. Travel agency? I'm travel agency.
Saksikan 999 Selasa jam 9 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Ada yang mau tanya? Aku hanya ingin mencintai. Aku hanya ingin dicintai. Walaupun banyak yang menentangku, ku hanya ingin bahagia. Bahagia.
The office of Selangor Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Amiruddin Syari has dismissed allegations that one of its officers has amassed an unexplained amount of wealth since joining the office. The office said the accusations made in a newly created WhatsApp group were malicious and politically motivated with no factual basis. In a statement on Sunday, it said the officer involved will lodge a report with the authorities over the slanderous accusation. This is to realign their focus on the agenda of developing Selangor and uplifting the people's well-being instead of what it describes as immature politics that involves spreading malicious, wild and false perceptions. The statement comes after the emergence of a WhatsApp group set up on Friday, which included journalists and several Selangor assemblymen from both the government and the opposition, including Amiruddin. The group carried messages urging the MB to address what the administrator framed as questions about the officers' roles and purported lifestyle. The administrator alleged that the aide had become a millionaire since Amiruddin assumed office, owned a 3 million ringgit bungalow, and had taken his family on luxurious holidays overseas. None of the claims have been substantiated. The office noted that the circulation appeared timed to distract from the Menteri Besar's 2026 Selangor budget tabling, stressing that the source behind the messages was unknown. Segambut Bersatu Deputy Chief Adam Radlan Adam Muhammad, who is being sought by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) to assist in investigations into the MEX2 highway project, is believed to be overseas. MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki said that they would liaise with the Immigration Department to trace his whereabouts.
Memang memerlukan beliau untuk balik untuk membantu siasatan. Jadi setakat daripada semakan kami menunjukkan beliau tidak ada dalam negara ini dan berada di luar negara. Jadi dalam buat masa ini apa yang perlu saya katakan ialah pihak kami menyeru beliau untuk balik ke Malaysia untuk membantu siasatan kes ini.
Previously, Adam Radlan was investigated in connection with the Jana Wibawa project. However, he was acquitted of all 12 counts of corruption and money laundering charges after he paid a 4.1 million ringgit compound. In Johor, a married couple was killed and their 6-month-old child injured following a 3-vehicle crash in Kota Tinggi on Sunday. The accident, which occurred at around 1:30 p.m., led to both victims being pronounced dead at the scene. Kota Tinggi District Police Chief Superintendent Yusof Othman said the crash involved 2 cars and a lorry at the Sungai Rengit, Kota Tinggi Road. The deceased were identified as 24-year-old Lokman Nur Hakim Mokhtar and his 28-year-old wife Nur Fatiha Othman. The couple's baby suffered head injuries and is currently receiving treatment at Kota Tinggi Hospital. The accident is believed to have occurred when the couple's car lost control and veered into the opposite lane. It then collided with a palm oil lorry, with the impact sending debris onto a nearby car. The lorry driver sustained minor injuries while the driver of the other car was unharmed. Hurley Tina claim 3rd title of the year. This and more when Nightline returns.
Siapa yang betul-betul gegarkan sosial media anda? Jom kita cari di obrolan paling viral online.
Semua nak berkira, tak ada kerjasama langsung. Jangan pentingkan diri, nanti memakan diri. Bubur ayam, bubur berlauk pasti sedap. Pelbagai menu bubur kami kongsikan. Bukan sahaja sebagai isteri dan ibu, tetapi juga sebagai pencari nafkah buat keluarga. Hebatnya wanita sebagai tulang belakang. Fiza, betul ke introvert ni sakit mental? Kita bincangkan Khamis nanti. Duduk serumah tapi terasing, isu rumah tangga pada Jumaat. Semuanya di WHI TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton. Wanita hari ini.
Dikatakan dipukul bertubi-tubi di atas kepala.
Sebab dia geram, selalu kena marah ni, dia takkan pada kepala dia.
Ada seorang pencuci mendapati wanita ini terbaring berlumuran darah.
Mangsa ini sedang mengandung 5 bulan.
Kita punya favourite movie daripada kecil. So sekarang dia dah renewkan balik. Filem ni membawa saya flashback kepada masa-masa SMA saya.
It's a very fun watch because this time it's a very good approach buat musical.
Fresh, tangkap hati korang in different way.
Excited banget gimana dibuat di tahun 2025 ini. Saya rasa selepas saya tengok sendiri, saya rasa macam nak bercinta, Pak. Saya
8/10.
Aku bagi 100 out of 10. 9.9 out of 10.
On to the foreign front. At least 3 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli bombing east of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza on Sunday. Israeli helicopters have also bombed northern areas of Rafah in southern Gaza. The attacks occurred inside the so-called Yellow Line, demarcating areas under the control of the Zionist military. This comes as Hamas reportedly resumed its search for deceased captives after pausing operations for 2 days due to heavy rains that have swept the region since Friday. Meanwhile, in the occupied West Bank, Zionist forces shot and killed a Palestinian man after storming a refugee camp near Nablus on Saturday evening. People granted asylum in the UK will have to wait 20 years before they can apply to settle permanently under plans due to be announced by Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood on Monday. Under the plans, people who are granted asylum will only be allowed to stay in the UK temporarily, with their refugee status regularly reviewed, and those whose home countries are then deemed safe told to return. Currently, refugee status lasts for 5 years, after which people can apply for indefinite leave to remain. The Home Secretary plans to cut the initial refugee period from 5 years to 2.5, with regular reviews thereafter, while also extending the time required to gain permanent residence in the UK from 5 years to 20. A volcano in southern Japan erupted on Sunday, sending a plume of ash and smoke into the sky and prompting a warning over ashfall. The Japan Meteorological Agency said Sakurajima, one of Japan's most active volcanoes in Kagoshima Prefecture, erupted before dawn, sending ash and smoke up to 4,400 meters into the sky. While no damage has been recorded, the weather agency forecast ashfall in areas of Kagoshima and nearby Miyazaki Prefecture amid several ongoing eruptions. The agency has maintained its alert level at 3 on a 5-point scale, which restricts access to the mountain. On to sports now, badminton and the 2025 Japan Masters. National women's doubles aces Buletin and Tina underlined their status as Malaysia's most valuable pair after an extraordinary fight back to clinch their 3rd World Tour title of the year on Sunday. Trailing 17-20 in the first game, the world number ones stunned the crowd by reeling off 5 straight points, a turning point that set up their comeback win. They went on to defeat Japan's world number 7 pair Rin Iwanaga and Kie Nakanishi 22-20, 21-19 in a thrilling 54-minute final. Dubbed the Comeback Queens, the triumph adds to their Thailand and Arctic Open titles this season. With the win, the red-hot duo pocketed $37,525 or about 155,000 ringgit, while Iwanaga Nakanishi took home $18,050. Tina have, however, withdrawn from the Australia Open starting Tuesday after Pearly was seen clutching her back in pain during a dive to retrieve a shot while trailing 8-9 in the second game. Turning to esports now. Selangor Red Giants, or SRGOG, completed a historic 4-peat after sweeping CG Esports 4-0 in the grand final of Mobile Legends Bang Bang MPL Malaysia Season 16 on Sunday. From the first game, SRGOG's dominance was clear, sending a strong message ahead of the M7 World Championship in Jakarta next January. Despite trailing early in Game 1, Hakula Ahmad Sharul Zaman or Sekis and Mark Genzon Sohero Luciana Kram turned the match around with their heroes Lancelot and Lapu Lapu securing a hard-fought 30-minute win. Momentum stayed with SRGOG in Game 2 as Cram's Lapu-Lapu racked up 9 kills, wrapping up victory in just 15 minutes. In Game 3, Sekis dominated with Lancelot, giving SRGOG a 3-0 lead before closing the fourth game in 21 minutes, despite CG's fight back led by Amar Hazik Abdul Muaz, or Amzik, on Haris. The 4-0 sweep crowned SRGOG champions for the fourth consecutive time, earning $31,900 with Sekis named Grand Final MVP. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as tourists flock to Fujikawa Guchiko at the foot of Mount Fuji to enjoy the autumn colors, though a recent rise in bear attacks has left some feeling uneasy. With that, I'm Natasha. Thank you for watching and have a productive week ahead.